In a world filled with uncertainty, where rapid, escalating, violent innovation is not only threatening workers on all classes, on all levels, you have AI threatening the establishment elites, the aristocrats, the philosophers, the thinkers, and then down below you have the hard-working strongmen being propositioned out of their elected positions by an oiled, tinkering Tesla bot. So there is no echelon, there is no tier within the hierarchy that is safe. And you might reason to yourself, well, I've got a union, I've got politics, I've got Capitol Hill defending me, I have democratic policy and regulation backing my bulwark and making sure that none of you pesky robots or androids or AI get into my sacred workspace.
AI is really having a huge impact on performers, especially in voice work, but also in film, television, and streaming. The reason that it's hitting voice work so fast is because, of course, from a technical perspective, the requirements are less to create a realistic sounding voice through synthetic technology and artificial intelligence. But it really has raised questions about what's the future of human creativity? How can performers engage with artificial intelligence in a way that's safe for them and their future? The other key issue is, will actors be completely replaced by generative AI synthetic actors who aren't even a replica of them, that are just a replica of no one that actually exists in the world? And what would that mean for our members, for actors, and for everyone? One of the key things we've been fighting for as a union is to make sure that the playing field is level, economically speaking, between, for example, synthetic performers generated by AI and human performers. It's important to recognize we can't mitigate every impact of AI. There will be some positive impacts that AI might have, but there will also be negative impacts that even the strongest unions and the best public policy won't be able to completely prevent or eliminate. We at SAG-AFTRA, and I think others, do education to help make sure all of our members really understand what the rules are and what their rights are under these agreements and under the law. And it's not only about those who are going to be famous, because this affects everybody, from background actors all the way up to the most successful, It's important to recognize we can't mitigate every impact of AI. There will be some positive impacts that AI might have, but there will also be negative impacts that even the strongest unions and the best public policy won't be able to completely prevent or eliminate.
I'm not gonna lie to you, there's not a lot of good ways to sugarcoat what you just heard. That's one of the lead representatives of SAG-AFTRA. We are talking about one of the most prolific, powerful, and influential labor unions in the entirety of the domestic U.S. economy and market. And they are telling you wholesale that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing that's going to stop this. No amount of politicking, no amount of regulacy making, none of it. You are left to your own devices, ladies and germs. And therein lies the problem. Have you prepared? Have you considered what's at stake? Have you recognized the danger that is this innovation? So then, Jay, you're telling me that it's all doom and it's all gloom and there's just nothing we can do about it? Okay, obviously that's not what I'm saying at all. And if you've seen any of my prior videos, you will know that that is not the message that we are here to spread today. But it's important to note the nuance and the details of what you have just witnessed with me here today now. Lead representative of the labor union of SAG-AFTRA for writers, actors, screenplays, movies, film, cinema, theater, stage, all of it, drama. And even they have reconciled with the fact that AI is so prolific and so powerful that the best thing they can do is education. Letting the people know, hey, it's here, it's coming, and it's only getting bigger and bolder and badder with every single day that you continue to sit there on your fat ass and let things slide. Nobody said this life was going to be pretty or perfect. But if anyone ever tried to hand you a silver spoon and tell you, don't worry, baby girl, I got you, boy, then you've really been gaslit and lied to. But the thing is even though it really does seem quite apocalyptic, even though it really does seem like this innovation is just unstoppable, yet again, if you paid attention to any of my prior content, you know it's not black and white. We're not just about to all lose our jobs tomorrow. It's not like that. And in fact, there's some power players that I'd like to give a shout out to. So, if the labor unions can't protect us, and if this innovation really is truly dead set on worming and wriggling its way into every nook and cranny of the economy, of the labor, of all of it, and in between and all around, where do we stand on all this? What do we do about any of this? You know, what is there to be said? I mean, like I've obviously been trying to explicitly imply, it's not all doom and gloom, but it's not all rainbows and sunshine either. No. In fact, there are two key power players that you still have in your arena, in your pocket, as it were, that you can call forth, that you can rely on, and that you can implement into your day-to-day to evolve, to level up, to become bigger and badder and better than ever before, even to the point of defeating the intrepid AI. And those two things are really simple when you think about it. It's you, and it's the good Lord above. Those two things can absolutely level the playing field. In an instant, in fact. Oftentimes it's not quite in an instant. Usually it requires some dedication, some diligence, some due work. You gotta put in some effort. You gotta get that elbow grease in there. You're gonna have to scrub it out and fight it out for a bit. Nobody ever said you ain't gonna struggle in life. But don't think it's all done, it's all said, and it's all over either. Let me give you a perfect example of the situation right here, right now, ground zero, as it's happening, as we speak on it. Consider art. We've all seen AI generative art now. We are all very, very aware of what that is. And guaranteed, there's a very strong likelihood that you yourself have in fact probably generated some yourself at one point or another. So it goes really without saying that you actually understand the intrinsic level that AI brings to the table. Now, is it the next Monet? Is it the next... it's not. It's not. It's not the next greatest artist in the world. It's not leading the charge in revolutionary artistic design and flow and theory. It's not. But what is it? It's good enough. It's good enough. And that's why it threatens the economy. That's why it's managed to wiggle. That's why it's been able to so efficiently and so effectively get into all the nooks and the crannies of the labor market, of the economy at large in general. Because it's really, really good and really, really fast and really, really efficient and effective about doing just good enough. But just good enough does not eliminate every single artist out there. No. Go on Fiverr right now, look it up. There are plenty of artists, freelance, professional, expert, real human flesh and blood out there working right here, right now. And the AI generative art is one of the forefronts where we've seen AI technology really, really dig its nose in deep into the issue. Well, obviously, that plays into film and art and stage and theater and movie making. We're now beginning to see AI really, really stick its nose in those industries and in those sectors as well. Yet again, this is not something that's just flicking like a light switch and it's just happening overnight. This takes time to brew, it takes time to evolve, and it takes time to innovate. But you have time too, and that's the point. You can still evolve. You can still change. You can still shift and set the paradigm. Because the question is even if they don't take over your entire industry, even if they only take over 60% of the industry, even if, all you're going to have to really compete against is just good enough, and well, you know that you, as a skilled laborer, you do quite better than good enough. But is that good enough? Is that good enough for you? Or do you want more? Do you seek more? And do you recognize that attaining more will intrinsically unlock the doors for more? It's crazy how it works, ain't it? But sadly, that's it for today. That's all I have to really say on the matter. The truth is I obviously still have quite a few more opinions and quite a few more suggestions on the matter, but the simple truth is it's still a real-time evolving situation and still a real-time evolving issue. It's really, really difficult to speak objectively on a malleable, ever-shifting object. It's incredibly difficult, The thing is, too, is the advice that I give you and here today, my thoughts and my opinions here today, could dramatically shift tomorrow too, simply because of a new revelation, a new insight, a new gained perspective on the matter at large. And yet again, I'm no authority, I'm no real expert. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about what he finds interesting. And speaking of interesting, I'm interested into hearing what you have to say and what you think on the matter too. The simple truth is I'm not alone in this big wide world, and neither are you. Nope, we're surrounded by people. And, well, while we have to still continue to work and provide and put food on the table for those other people, we gotta consider ourselves too. And is good enough just good enough for you? Is it going to satisfy and sustain for the foreseeable future? Or has all this hub and blub and AI taking over the market made you maybe consider things? Maybe a change of pace might be something in order. Maybe switching it up could be interesting and intriguing. I'd love to hear from you. Please share me your thoughts. Please give me your opinions. Please let me know. And, one last thing. We dealt with the squeaky shoes, so no more squeaky shoes, okay? I promise, no more squeaky shoes. Well, until tomorrow. I'll see you then.